Mavericks in the court, yeah, we got that full grip. Driving through the lane, watch them do that quick flip. We got the teamwork, making all the nets pop. Hoops like a job, and we punching that clock. Bounce past alley-oop, yeah, we set the trend. Crossing over defenders to the very end.
Yeah, you know what time it is. Let's talk about it.
Hey.
Let's talk about it.
What's happening? We back here. We back here again on Dalton Sports Show on Sports House. Hopefully you hit that like and subscribe button. But we got some hot takes. You know, we want to talk about that exciting game yesterday, the game 6 between the Dallas Mavericks and OKC, and then we got 2 game 7s today. I know everybody gonna be watching the Garden between the Knicks and Indiana. That should be a good game. And then the nightcap, you know, you got the Denver Nuggets versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. So it's gonna be it. So little special today. Me and AD, we in the same house. We side by side. We're going to dive right into it. We're going to talk about the OKC and Mavericks game yesterday. Mavericks came from 17 down to win the game. PJ Washington hit 2 free throws at the end to win it. But, you know, Aaron, what's your thoughts about that series and what OKC went through and, you know, what to look forward to?
OKC got a bright future. One thing for sure. They got a bright future. I think Shai Alexander's post-game speech about the loss was very in a leadership role. It was very mature, and I think they're in the right direction. I can see some championships coming out of that team if they stay together. They gotta stay together though.
Yeah.
But that last play, man, he owns up to it. Okay. I mean, he said, "Oh, you know, I shouldn't have fouled." Mm-hmm. So that last play kind of signifies everything right there.
And how did his teammates respond to him? You know, being a young team, he's kind of one of the older players on the team, but they got a very young team. Did they still have that? What did you see in the body language and the reaction of his teammates after the
more support? Okay. It was very supportive. I think mentally they're strong enough to understand, okay, we've turned the corner and now we're here. So now it's all guns to the show now. So I think next year is going to be a scary year for them, you know, moving forward. But let's give Kyrie his respect, you know.
Hey, this is the Mavericks, you know, in 3 years, this is the second time that they've reached the Western Conference Finals, which is pretty awesome. And you got to look at what Irving and Doncic did. They combined for 51 points and 13 rebounds. That's huge from your superstars, you know, like that. And the thing about Doncic, also, you know, he's the fifth player in NBA history to have 3 straight double-doubles. You know, that's what does that say about him? And then you throw in Derek Lively, who had 12 points, 15 rebounds. What does that do? You know, how do you see the Dallas Mavericks moving forward to the Western Conference Finals, whether it be Minnesota or whether it be Denver? You know, what do you think? What do you like what you're seeing in them right now?
If it's Denver, it's a hard road.
Yeah.
You know, but that rookie,
Derek Lively.
Yeah. That rookie, I think he'll be hyped for the opportunity to play against Jokic. Okay. So I think he'll bring something different to the table other than like Gobert and, you know, Diaw or whoever.
But Jokic's gonna still use it. We know that. Come on.
But he gonna be hyped for the show.
Yeah,
and that's when you got a young cat that's playing against an OG. He's been watching them, you know, adrenaline and stuff. They play better.
Yeah,
you know. So I think that's gonna come to the advantage. And then you got to have Kyrie is the focal point. And I think it's cool to see he's the LeBron, Curry, Damian Lillard era. You know, he's that type of era. He's not around the Anthony Edwards. He's the KD era. Yeah, so to see him in the finals is like, okay, we still here. Yeah, you know, we still here.
Dallas, I think Dallas, you know, like you said, last show, you know, the show you missed, but we were talking about Jason Kidd, his impact on the Mavericks and how him and Kyrie has got this bond and look what it's going into. I really think that the Mavericks, because the Mavericks have other pieces too. They have Gabbard. They're pretty long and they play above the rim. And the other guys it seems like they're gelling at the right time. But, you know, we'll see what happens in the next round, you know, but they got to get, you know, we still that other Western Conference championship teams will need to be determined today, which kind of takes me in the direction that I'm going right now. Today, we got New York, Indiana coming up, Game 7. And what the media is saying, what they're saying in the news is that OG, who's been out since Game 2, he's questionable. He's gonna try to go to shoot around and give it a go. And then you got Josh Hart, who has the abdominal strain. He's gonna try to give it a go. What do you think that does for them? Or do you think your boy Jason Brunson can get the job done with another 40? It doesn't necessarily got to be 40, but he's every time they've been at home, he's been showing up. So do you think New York they got to have Josh Hart, or do you trust somebody else stepping up and giving Brunson that help? I'm confident that Brunson's going to show up and play big today in the Garden. Does that get them the victory? I'm not saying it gets them the victory. It did, because health will play. Who's going to play?
He seems like the player to want to step up at those moments, but I think he needs to have his comfort. Yeah. Like him having Josh Hart and Da Vinci around him is kind of okay. Yeah, so Da Vinci are. So, I'm like, okay.
Because they've been rocking since college.
Since college. Yeah. So, he has that comfort mentally to, go into the game. I'm prepared. I got my boys with me. I can do what I need to do with my green light. So, but I think you having that Josh Hart, he's going down. He's trying to come back. That makes you like, okay, I want to step up for my brother. So, we'll see. But, And
I think New York, a player on the New York Knicks that a lot of people don't pay attention to, that's a solid veteran that kind of plays in that Josh Hart's role, who's been getting action lately, is Alec Burks. He's a solid veteran to come and give you something. A player like that can give you those points that you're looking for in those key plays. I think he's somebody you want to keep your eye on. And then the others is always going to play good. They're going to feed off of the Garden. It's going to be exciting.
It's the Garden.
See what he got to do. But
the Garden.
But what do you feel on Indiana's side? What players do you feel as though key to show up today to go against everything that they're going to deal with at the Garden? What is that?
That man.
That man?
That man. That man with that funny jump shot.
Halliburton. Halliburton is key.
That man with that funny jump shot. He goes off, it's over. It's over. I think if he lights it up from the field, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
So this is his moment to okay, I'm in the Garden. Let me finally cross that threshold with my name. Okay. Let me light it up. Because if he lights it up, that's a historic moment in the Garden on Game 7.
The Garden is historic. What's happening?
Yeah,
I think. You think the game will actually live up to the hype today? You think it'll be a close game? How do you kind of see it going? What direction? Yes, New York seems to have the advantage. They got the crowd and everything. Does it really go to script and be that way? Or is it going to be, Indiana, you expect for Indiana players to step up today. Siakam, other players on their team. Turner.
He's going to do numbers. He'll do okay. I think he's going to be even kill. I think Siakam's going to be even kill. But I want the Garden to, show out. They ain't been in a Game 7, like this for a while, and that close again, as far as let's show our fans, let's show the celebrities, let's get it going. So for the city, it's a good thing. I want the city to win this, but
so if Brunson step out today and he do what he got to do you give him that respect that he's not yet? No. Still got to.
I give 4 buckets in a row on Brunson.
Okay.
Just wherever it's at. Everybody has a birthday. That's why I want to let y'all New York fans know, man. Everybody has a birthday. You remember when Westbrook was scoring all these numbers and stuff? And Isaiah Thomas, we got all these guys, having a birthday right now. Okay. He ain't sold. He's not this impact player, I don't think, but we'll see what he does today and, go from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the nightcapper, you got Jokic versus the Wolves. It's going to be a Game 7 in Denver.
The Joker.
And the thing is Denver got their asses whooped last. How do they respond to that coming home? What do you see keys to that game?
That's going to be a hard battle. This is a dogfight. That's a dogfight. I don't think if Aaron Gordon has a game, that's kind of the X factor right there. Aaron Gordon has a game tonight. It's kind of over. They'll have
Anthony Edwards is coming.
Yeah, he coming.
He coming. He leaving it all out. There's
He
no
coming.
tomorrow.
He'll get his 40 piece.
Okay.
But
so you think I'm looking for Murray to have a bounce back game playing at home. I mean, that's key. I feel as though
Murray's key.
Yeah, I feel as though he's key to them.
But what's McDaniels, right?
Mm-hmm.
McDaniels is key. McDaniels is key. He's the X factor for Minnesota tonight. But we'll see. I think it's going to be a dogfight. It's either going to be a dogfight to the finish, but if Aaron Gordon has 20-plus point game again, it's looking like they're up. They're going into the fourth quarter with a 10-point, 11-point lead.
Okay, so it seems like you're giving the home team, you're kind of leaning with the home team on this game.
I'm leaning towards certain players stepping up at the right time.
Mm-hmm.
But if they don't, then it's going to be a dogfight to the end. I don't think you want to be in the stretch with Minnesota Edwards. I don't think you want to be in the end game stretch.
But I think a lot of it comes down to how much do you feel as though veterans. Denver's been there. They went to the finals last year and won it. So how much is that experience going to play a role today at home, game 7? You got your crowd. Now we're a veteran team. We've been in this situation because the pressure's up. The pressure is higher than it was in game 6. Yeah, Denver, you got the job done. You blew them out, but you also got to leave all that behind because this is a new game. How do you see that? Do you think that experience is going to play a role?
It's definitely a bit play a role. That's kind of the storytelling situation with the OKC and Dallas game. You got that experience with Kyrie being pretty much 14-0 in the stretch of the closeout games.
Yeah.
So
the young teams got to learn. These are part of the growing pains is getting to this round is what you're kind of like looking at it. If it turns out that way, a lot of times, because Minnesota did have one of the top records as well.
Yeah.
But
they got some OGs on the court, but it's not like they got the Mike Conley, stuff. Hopefully he can, he hasn't really been there like that, but hopefully he can, this is what we got to do, guys.
That's true. Mike Conley is key. And he did play last game, which he didn't play the previous game, which I felt as though I had commented on that on the last show, was that, by him missing the game in Denver, that's huge. But for him to play at home, that just changes things around. He's like their floor general. The team got a lot of confidence and veteran experience in doing things. It's going to be exciting, and we're going to talk about it. Everybody's going to be watching it, and we're going to get into it. One little quick thing I kind of want to transition to and kind of talk about the WNBA, about two particular players, Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. They both dominant in college, and they both are having struggles right now. What is it? What do you think those things are contributed to based on your experience and playing and going? You go into a new league. This is they're at the top of the profession, but what do you think, or how long do you think these adjustments take, or things that players go through, like Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark?
It's all normal. I think it's normal. I think, like, if you see the top guys back in the day when they was coming into the league, people were coming out their net. They'll still get some buckets every now and then and show some highlights, but at the end of the day, they was getting rocked. Even a rookie LeBron wasn't coming into the league winning right away. A rookie Kobe didn't do that much.
You think like I can't think back. So you think like a player like Breonna Stewart, Sue Bird, and them, when they came into the league, did they have these same growing pains as well?
Yeah. And the thing about what Jeff Teague said when he was talking on his podcast, and he was saying, the league needs to let them get off to sell numbers and stuff.
Yeah.
That's not I hear where you're trying to say what you're trying to say in the market of the things, but I think it's also good for the league to see the target on their backs and to be like, okay, this is what the league is bringing, to see her go up against Sabrina, and get, have those moments where it's like,
that was a frustrating game for her.
Yeah.
That game, Indiana versus New York. I saw a lot of frustration in Caitlin Clark when she was coming off the screens, getting the ball and things like that. Is that just an adjustment based on the point guard, on the team, getting used to her? having a player like that, or is there things that she just has to learn
I
how
also
to do?
think the chemistry of the team is like adjusting to her.
That makes
and then
sense.
there's mentality. You know,
They don't have long training camps like they do in the NBA. In the NBA, it doesn't seem like they have that. They don't.
But if you think about like when Kobe came into the league and he was this high school kid and stuff, it was like, who's this high school kid? Or if you go back to Darius Miles and all those cats on Cleveland talking about the impact LeBron was going to have for Cleveland. Oh, he got to come earn his minutes and he got to come play like the rest of us. He's got, it was kind of like those hating moments. They was like, oh, what she's bringing. Caitlin Clark brings to the table. You just give her the keys and let her go. I trust her right away. If I was a 4-year vet in the WNBA, I'm like, let's see what she's going to bring and let's go from there.
Just an adjustment.
They gotta adjust.
Make them adjust.
And I think that comes with the back end of the thing, like the GMs and all that stuff. They moving those pieces around, kind of setting up the team for her. And then building around her, because if they don't build around her, no matter where she's at, she won't like it. And then bring her over to the Valkyries. Bring her over here.
I just think it's a matter of giving it time and watching her. Like I said, Angel Reese is going through the same. It's just time to give these players some adjustments and learning. Hey, these are veterans. They've been playing. There's like another level. So we're gonna keep our eye on it. We're gonna continue to bring news to the Dalton Sports Show. And then the last thing I kind of want to talk about, we do want to let everybody know we will be touching on the 49ers in this upcoming season. They got some key games coming up, home games. You got the Jets, you got the Chiefs, which is going to be a Super Bowl rematch. You got the Cowboys. You know how that always is, the rivalry. You got the Bears, who got the number 1 pick, Khalid Williams, who's going to be coming to to Santa Clara. And then we got the Lions, the rematch game, where the 49ers won 34-31. So they got some key home games, and it's going to be an exciting season. But we're going to be talking about it more on the Dalton Sports Show. We're going to be diving into it, some key draft picks, contracts, see what the contract situation is with Brandon Ayuk and, what the 49ers is doing. I think it's going to be a great, but we're going to continue to dive into it.
We'll get those Cowboys fans out the seat a little bit,
And bring them in. We love it. The Cowboys coming here.
Show your face.
And the Chiefs fans. Niners, they got to get over this hump, but it's going to be exciting. But it's just everybody out there, if you can remember, hit that like and subscribe button. Let's keep doing it till we get to that point where we can get on here live. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe.
The show.
We're going to keep bringing you all this information. I think it was a great show today, AD. What you think?
Great show. Like and subscribe. Dalton Show. Sports news. Here we go. Let's get it. Playoff.
Mike's in the court, yeah, we got that full grip. Driving through the lane, watch them do that quick flip.